It's your boy Troy, AKA the Card Gorilla. I'm just chilling here, looking through some cards. Shipped some cards out today. Just got back from Guatemala. Fresh off the plane last night. And maybe the coolest part about that is that sports cards help me pay for trips just like that. Today I'm gonna share with you 3 ways that you can find great deals on sports cards. Whether you're just collecting cards or you're looking to flip cards and make some cash, these tips are gonna help you out along the way. The first place to look is probably eBay. As you know, it's not always easy to find cards there, but you can definitely search through eBay. It can be kind of fun. I love sitting down, I get my tea next to me, and I look for good deals on cards, and every now and then you can absolutely find those cards. But something to keep in mind when you buy cards from eBay is you just created a digital print that kind of says what the card value is now. So maybe you found that a good deal, but now you've kind of lowered the comp on that card. Now I'm also a firm believer that comps aren't everything. They're definitely an imprint, right? It helps along the way. And it matters more with cards that sell often, like a comp probably is like really important in that case, if it sells every day, something like that. But a card that's a little more rare, has a lower pop, I'd say the comp isn't as important. So when you're finding cards on eBay, what you're actually kind of doing is predicting the market. So you're looking for a card that you go, damn, this is a good deal on this Kobe Bryant card, this Michael Jordan card, or maybe it's a prospect that you think might do well in the future. That's kind of what you want to look for, a card that you might hold for a little while, and then you re-emerge back out to the marketplace. Totally cool, nothing wrong with that. A little bit of strategy obviously in there, a little bit of risk obviously when you're doing that. Or maybe you're searching cards to send into grade, something like that. That's probably more the play when it comes to eBay. But that's kind of what I use eBay for, and probably a decent idea when you're looking to kind of get your card snowball, essentially is what it is, rolling along the way. Number 2, and a real powerful source, would be card shows. But there's strategy that you need to apply when you go to card shows. If you haven't gone to one yet, definitely go check out a card show. Just go walk it, explore it. It'll immerse you in like the card market even more. You'll learn so much from card shows. Ask questions, make connections. But what I would recommend doing is going up to vendors and just asking them if there's any cards that they've had for a while. Hey, is there anything here you've had for a while that you haven't been able to move? And they probably have cards. They'll go, yeah, there's some. And then go, if I take those cards off you, would you be able to work a deal with me? And 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say yes. I do this whenever somebody asks, like, absolutely, let's work it out. Now, of course, you want to make sure that those cards are going to move for you. There's probably a reason those cards have sat there. But sometimes what you'll find is just, maybe it's them. Maybe they're not very active when it comes to buying, selling, and trading cards. Maybe they don't present their cards very well. Whatever it might be, use your best judgment, look at those cards, inspect those cards, and if you think you can get some value out of those cards, fantastic. Like even right now, I'm thinking I have some like Shea cards, some Steph Curry cards. They're like 9s, they're good cards, they're low numbered cards even, that I graded, so I have a decent amount of room on them, and I would definitely sell those if somebody came up and said, hey, I'll take like those 5 cards off of you. Absolutely, I'll work a deal out. Now, it might take a little while to get the bankroll to do that, but you don't need to get many. Maybe it's 2, 3 cards, maybe 5 cards, but the more you buy like that, the better deal you're often gonna get. And so then what you could say is, awesome, I'd love to look at these 3 cards. They might say, yeah, these 6 cards right here have been moving slow. So then you go, cool, I'll look at these 3 if you don't mind. Then look at the comps on those cards and offer them 80%. Now that may not happen, and I strongly believe that dealers don't have to do that, obviously. Dealers, like even selling you at comp is very fair in my opinion. Even above comp for some cards, right? That's okay too, it's their card. Remember at the end of the day, it's their card. They get to decide the ultimate price on it. You don't have to buy the card. But if you're willing to help them, they will often help you. It's like the process of reciprocation. Like if we help each other, we win. And so understand, they need to make some profit, and maybe you start at 80 and they go, no, I can't do that. Like that's what I buy at, right? That's fair. Then you go, cool, would you do maybe 85% on these or 90% on these? You might be able to get those cards at 90% comp, and then you turn around, if they're good players like Steph or Shea or whoever it might be, you bought them at 90% comp, you could probably sell them at 100% comp. Or maybe they go up even a little bit. Now you've sold it at 110%. And all you're really looking to do is shave a little bit off the top. That's kind of how you create a bigger snowball. It's like the base hits that win the game. You're not looking for always the home run. Every now and then you might get those deals. That can certainly happen. Now, what I've also learned is if you have the bankroll for it, the budget for it, very important words, right? Bankroll and budget. Keep those 2 things hand in hand. Don't overextend yourself in this game. It'll make it risky, it'll make it not very fun, it'll make it stressful, and it should never be that. Don't put that kind of energy around this hobby. But if you have the bankroll, you have the budget for it, the higher valued cards are usually where you can get the best deals as well, because a lot of people can't afford those types of cards. So like the cards that are maybe $1,200 and up, it's a different market, and there's less buyers for those cards. And so dealers, they have that capital, that cash, kind of tied up in that card. And oftentimes they want to release it so that you can use that cash to buy other cards. And so sometimes you can go up and go, hey man, what would you do for this card? And you offer them a price, and they just move the cash. I've done that. I've had cards that I thought, man, someone's gonna buy this, and it just sits there and sits there. And then I start to think, gosh, I could really be buying more with this card, and I've had that $1,200 tied up forever. And then someone comes up, they're like, hey, would you take $1,000 for it? And look, I might even lose a little bit of money on that deal. But this is important, is I get that money back, and now I can go make better buys along the way, and I can get that $1,200 back. You know, I lost $200, but I'm gonna use that $1,000 to go make more deals, and I can get that money back, and then that $1,000 became $1,400. So I actually can make money off it. It's okay to take a hit every now and then, a loss every now and then, just to get the money back, so you can get it back in play. So card shows could be a fantastic angle. That leads us to our third and final point for today, and that's to buy in bulk. Anytime you can buy in bulk, fantastic. And it might just be somebody you meet out in the streets, like quite literally get in the habit of doing this. I'm always asking people, if I sense maybe they collect sports cards, I will ask them, hey bro, you collect sports cards? All the time. I've asked this to waiters, I've asked this to people at the grocery store, I'll just chat with somebody, friends I have, the parents of friends I've had. I'm like, hey, you got sports cards? No, okay, cool. The guy who cleans our apartment building here, I asked him, and guess what? He has sports cards. I've gotten sports cards from that guy. So you never know who has sports cards, and you just go, cool man, I'd love to check them out. Maybe I could throw you some cash, and that might help you out. You go, hey, there's a few cards here I'd take. Would you do it for $100? Sure. $500, $1,000, but the more you buy in bulk, the better deals you can often get. Even when it comes to card stores, like this would be my suggestion when it comes to card stores. You can certainly go in and find a deal here and there from a card store. I have a great relationship with the card store in my local town, but it's because I go every single week, the same day every single week, and I spend lots of money, and it hooks me up with good deals on cards. It's taken time to get there. You have to, again, have the budget and the finances to be able to do that. You build up to that level. But when you get to that level, you can go, hey, instead of that one card, what could you do if I buy 10 of these cards from you? You're gonna get a better deal. So you're working up to that point. Again, along the way, you're making those little wins to help teach you lessons. You're getting sharper. You're seeing what sells faster. There's importance with that, the speed of the sale. Man, this guy I have to hold for a long time, and then I finally sold it. Or this card, because of the type of card it is, sells really fast. Or I noticed everyone keeps asking me about this. Then you use that same knowledge to go to a card store or a show to find great deals for yourself. Those 3 tips are gonna help you to get started. Whether you're buying cards, holding them, and then waiting to release them someday, nothing wrong with that. And also remember, collecting cards is amazing. Always grab a card here and there just to collect. Nothing wrong with that. That's what's great about this hobby. And then find other cards that you can just get good deals on. You can turn around, get a little cash, grow your bankroll, and then someday you can work down to that third step, which is buy in bulk, get better deals when you do that. Again, the hobby is just that. It's a hobby. It's designed to have fun. So make sure you have fun along the way. Keep it loose, keep it light, enjoy the process, learn lots, make connections, make friends, and be a good person along the way. Love you so much. See you next time. Peace.